Let me pause the recording. You may have to hit an OK on your screen if you don't want to see that OK on your screen. Welcome. This is session 4 or week 4 of our Tip Your Toe into Tai Chi 6 weeks class, and it's to benefit Veterans Yoga Project. Thank you all so much. During session 4 today, I met my personal fundraising goal, which was $1,000. But I still have all these coins and stuff that my in-person people have been giving me. And so I've been lugging those home. And of course, my husband wants to look through the pennies first, right? Of course. So anyway, gotta let him do that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to stand up, come to the back of the room. We're going to start our warm up for our class. Today I have my sandals on, so you can do Tai Chi in your tennis shoes, your sandals, your socks, your bare feet. When Alan teaches this online, he teaches it either in his socks or his bare feet. But when Allison teaches it, I see her in her little official Tai Chi shoes. Well, the Tai Chi shoes are not they kind of flip off my heels when I wear those. So I just, wear what I wear. So I'm gonna come here. Let me see if I'm in the camera here. Okay, very good. And I'm just gonna have my feet pointed forward in a comfortable stance. So we'll start as we do with all our classes. We take that right fist, so that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon. And then we bow down to one another to start our chair Tai Chi class today. Very good. So I invite you, arms out to the side, and just notice your posture. Is your weight in your front of your foot, the ball of the foot? Is your weight in the heel of the foot? We try to have it even in the front and the back, but sometimes a little bit more in the back of the foot. Try to have a little soft bend in the knees also. And again, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, arms out to the side. Very good. Now I invite you to find your belly button, and then we do what's called dantian or lower belly breathing. And then you take 2 finger widths below that belly button. Now have it be the knuckle nearest the palm, okay? And then you hop it over and place your finger there. So that's the middle of your container of your energy cauldron. You place your middle of your palm there and the other hand above. And as we breathe in, we try to encourage the low belly to expand out as we breathe in, and then contract towards our spine as we exhale. And relax those shoulders a little bit, soft bend in the knees. So let's breathe in, belly out. Now the chest is going to move a little bit too, just know that, okay? And then exhale, belly button towards your spine. And again, breathe in, belly out, and exhale. So this helps you to reduce your blood pressure, your heart rate, helps you to have superior cerebral spinal fluid flow. So why is that important? So if you sleep at night, hopefully everybody does, but during REM sleep, that's the time that we get rid of our cerebral spinal fluid wastes that accumulates in our brain. And if it doesn't flush out, if you have bad sleep, whatever, you can experience brain fog, you can experience swelling in the face, the hands when you wake up. You may notice that, yeah? And again, breathe in, belly out, belly button towards the spine. Relax those shoulders. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Now, the famous doctor, Dr. Andrew Huberman, just did a video, a podcast on lymphatic drainage, and he specifically talked about lessening the brain waste by lower belly breathing. And it's this technique that we're doing right now. And again, it's called diaphragmatic breathing. But again, it's targeting that muscle that's 2 finger widths below your belly button. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Very good. From here, let's interlace the fingers, and we'll basically be doing sideline number 8s. So wrists, kind of wrist circles, I guess you call them. But wrist circles would be like this. But again, you're going to draw that sideline number 8. You might feel some snap, crackle, pops going on here. Let me back up a little bit. Now here's where we get to challenge our brain a little bit. We're going to reverse that. I'm always like, oh my gosh, okay. This is a little challenging for me. It's like, oh, my hands want to go back to the original direction. I don't know about y'all, but mine are like, ah. And then I just give up and go to the regular direction. All right, let's spin the wrist. Let's get out of that. Spin the wrist. Create a little air here going across your chest if you like. Now I notice my left doesn't spin as well as my right, but notice what you notice, right? And then let's reverse that, go the other way. I especially notice that when we reverse the direction, it's like, ooh, stiff wrist on that left side. And the right side just kind of loosey-goosey. Now we'll do one that we haven't done in standing Tai Chi, but we do this one in chair Tai Chi all the time. It's called spread the feathers. So the objective is spread the feathers is your hands are your feathers, and you're really spreading out those hands. And we're going to take the hands out to the side, and they're kind of at a little angle here. Let's see if you can see that in the camera there. And again, from here, what we'll do is drop an ear towards the shoulder. Oof. And again, you're really flexing the wrist, spreading out those hands. And then take the chin towards where the wall meets the ceiling. And then back down towards your shoulder. Did I switch sides? I may have already switched sides. And then back to the center. Let's do that again. Drop your ear towards the shoulder. Lift your chin up. Bring it back to the center. And switch it over to the other side. Ear towards the shoulder. Lift your chin up. And back to the center. Now, chin towards your chest. Ooh, you might really feel that one, right? And then from here, drop the ear over to one shoulder, back to the center, over to the other shoulder. And then just kind of release from that. You may notice a little buzzing going on with your places in your body. I'm going to swing the arms now and kind of bounce those knees a bit too. So we're lubricating those ankles, those knees, those hips, those elbows, those shoulders. Do what you can with what you got. Again, if it needs to be a little bit less, that's perfectly fine. And tap the shoulders or the upper back, whatever you can manage here. Kind of oiling my joints with this movement. If you need to be seated on some of this, please do so. Just know you can do that also. Let's do two more. 2 and 1. Next is spinal cord breathing. We're going to kind of cup those hands and inhale up, and then exhale, curve the spine to the back of the room. I'm going to show this sideways, and again, inhale, elbows up, 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 up. So there's your cow version of the pose, and then exhale, curve the spine. And again, inhaling up, 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 up. Exhale, curve that spine. Now let's turn it to the side a little bit. Inhale, elbows up, up, up. Kind of massaging those internal organs. Exhale, back to the center. Other side, inhale, up, 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 up. Exhale, back to the center. Let's do one more to the center. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale. And let's do a finishing breath. We inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then we bring down the energy from the heavens down the center. Very good. Back down to the area of the Dantian, or as we call it, the Danjian. From here, we're going to do salute to the earth and sky. So feet a little wide on this. Last time I had the feet more in, but let's bring the feet a little bit more out. So from here, bend the knees, and then inhale, rise. And as we exhale, contract that belly button. If it's available to you, we're going to go towards the floor. Go as low as you physically, comfortably can. Then inhale, shift over to one side. Exhale over to the other. Inhale back to the center. Bring it back on up. Nice tall body. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, rise. Let's go back down. Here we go. Exhale, belly button tight. Here we go. A little bend in the knees is okay. Inhale over to that right or left. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale back to the center and roll it up. Come up nice and tall, 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 tall. Exhale, bend those knees. Let's inhale, rise up once again. One more time, belly button tight. Exhale, come on down. Salute to the earth and sky. Inhale over to one side. Exhale over to the other. Inhale back on up. Stand up tall. Exhale, bend those knees. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then bring down fists. We're going to do eagle claw. Let me step back a little bit so this can be seen a little bit. So inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Inhale, back to the chest. And then from here, we open up the hands and exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to the chest. Exhale, out to the side. We open and close 5 times. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, 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 reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to the chest. Open up the hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Inhale, other side, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up that hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Here we go. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up that hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhaling back to the chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it back to the waist, and let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring down the chi. Bring down that energy. From here, we'll have the legs straight and bend the knees and straighten. Bend and straighten. So we're just kind of doing that knee warm up a little bit here. Keep breathing. Notice if there's any little snap, crackle, pops, any little kind of bone noise going on today. 2 more, 2, and 1. And from here, up and down with those heels, pump those calves. Kind of move those arms a little bit here, like you're walking in place, but the balls of the feet stay on the floor. Very good. From here, we're going to do the QiGong detox method. I do that in the form of the Big 6. So we find our collarbone, and above and below the collarbone, we stroke across about 5 times, and then you can tap across about 5 times. That's the lung, kidney, and stomach meridians that we're kind of touching here when we do the stuff above and below the collarbone. Let's do the other side. So here we go. We stroke across. And again, I kind of get that little space that's above and below that collarbone near my shoulder, and then tap. You might notice you have to swallow a little bit because you're maybe noticing already some little drainage going on. All right, then we spread out the hands and we bring those hands in front and back of the ear. So we stroke down the side of the neck and down that jawline. Lots of lymph node nests in this area. And then those fingers, have them go back a little bit to that bumpy part of the head. Again, lots of lymph nodes going on there. And you can also tap, but I like to stroke it on this one. So it's kind of up to you, okay? And let's do the other side again. Spread it out in front and back of the ear, down the jawline, down the side of the neck. Now don't be digging though, okay? Again, get the back of the head a little bit too. Very good. And then from here, we're going to move to the pectorals, the armpits. So I make a little right hand angle with my hand, and I just kind of press into that armpit, and I take that thumb, and again, I kind of squeeze that area there that's below that collarbone. And I do that for a little bit, and then maybe I tap into that. So again, men and women that get the breast cancer, this is the areas that check. Did the cancer move to these lymph node nests? So let's just kind of do this every day. Let's keep our lymphatic system clear. Okay, other side. Again, pressing. So if you want to, I'll link that in the email, the Huberman video, because he talks about, all this stuff, gives it a little bit more of an explanation to the layman can understand. And again, if you need to tap. Very good. So we're going to switch to the thymus. So what I like to do is, here's your collarbone, and then we go down about 2 inches or so and thump the thymus. So this is to help us increase T cell production, which is, beneficial during this kind of the autumn, the fall months, the changing of the seasons. So again, we're encouraging more T cell production to help our immunity. And sometimes that helps you burp a little bit. Bonus. So we get to burp a little bit in our class. All right. So the next area number 4, is right here below the ribs. And that's, where the diaphragm kind of sits in underneath the ribs. But what I like to do is take my fingers and just kind of draw it across there. That's not part of the Big Six, but I did his training back in January last year. Dr. Perry Nicholson, lymphatic mojo is what it was called. And he does a little bit of this to release deeply held tension. And then here we go. You can chop, you can do the fist, whatever you want to do here. Okay. You can do up and downs, you can do circular movements. I would suggest going over to the left, down, and right, because that's the way to help elimination and digestion. All right, now I bring my feet a little bit apart. So we normally do this with legs a little bit wide in sumo stomp when we do chair Tai Chi, but bring up where your leg inserts into your torso, that little crease there. So we're going to chop the quad or chop that inguinal crease. Again, lots of lymph node nests hanging out here. Lots. If you were to draw a map of the lymph node highways, it would look like you were a bunch of spaghetti, okay? All right, so the next one can be done seated. Usually it's easier to do seated, but we can do this standing too. We're going to first warm up the knees by clapping the hands and create a little heat here in the palms. Now maybe you want to do like you're making meatballs or cookies, and then move it down to the fingers for a little bit of circulation help there with the hands, yeah? And then bend the knees. Let's place it here on the knees. Ooh, warm up those knees. And then come up on the pads of the fingers to kind of stimulate those acupressure points around those knees. And then let's tap the gallbladder meridian, which helps us lessen knee pain, sides of the knees. Now the inside is the stomach meridian. It might be a little spicy though, just notice. And then we take the hands back behind the knees and rub the back of the knees. Bottom of the hamstrings, tops of the calves, back of the knees. Woo! Let's come back to standing back on up. Let's clap the hands again. Woo! And you know what? Let's go back to the first area. So since we've kind of done all the way from, low to high pressure, let's go back to the collarbone. That way the stuff that's here from high pressure can move to these low pressure areas out through that subclavian vein on that left side. Other side. Very good. Okay, very good. From here, feet a little wider than hip distance, just a little bit. Little bend in the knees. I'm going to do sweep and reach. So there is a bend to the knees. Now I'm turning my head to side to side. This makes you dizzy. Keep your head to the center, okay? So a little bit of twisting here, a little lubrication of the spine. Again, do what you can, all right? Now let's change this into side lying number 8. We're back to that number 8. It's our nemesis. Maybe your breath is a little deeper. So this is your normal way to draw your cursive number 8. Let's pause and make it go the other way. Oh gosh, feels awkward. It looks a little different too. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. You may notice your heart rate kind of went up on that. So next is bone density drops. If you want to, grab a chair to do this, if you're not too sure of your balance, you may. Now I'm just going to bring a chair here just in case. We come up on the balls of the feet and we clunk down. Now, if you've got brittle bones, you're just going to come up and softly land, okay? Just know that's an option. Otherwise, come up and kind of shake the floor. Try to breathe smooth as you can. That will help lower that heart rate after doing that sweep and reach and those figure eights. Let's do 2 more. Very good. So the new one that we haven't done in a while is called Hands to Heaven. As I move that chair out of the way here. And again, you may be able to come up on the balls of the feet. You may not. Just do what you can, all right? So we're going to interlace the hands here in front of us. Hands here below in that container area. And we raise it up. And once it here gets at about chest level, then we turn it palms up and up towards the sky. And then come up on the toes. And then exhale, circle sweep the arms down, heels down. Again, gather the hands, inhaling. Turn the palms up and over, exhaling up on those toes. Stay here, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. Inhaling, release the hands, come down on the heels. Interlace the fingers, exhaling. Inhale, push it towards the sky. Up on the toes. Hang onto the chair if you need to. Exhaling. Inhale, release. Come back on down. Interlace the hands once more. Exhaling. Turn the palms up, up, up. Inhale, breathe up. Up on those toes, exhaling. Inhale, release. Very good. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And bring down the chi. I'm going to move the camera a little bit on this next one. The next one is called Crane. Very good. Okay. So crane is shifting your weight from one side to the other, but it is also, to begin with, just a simple inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, circle, sweep arms down. So again, we have our feet in a comfortable position here. And an inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. And then exhale, arms down. So this is part of our balance sequence that we're doing here in the QiGong warm-up. And again, inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, float the arms down. So what I'm going to do is shift over to one side of the room because there is a little bit of movement on this. So kind of like in eagle stance, we kind of have the feet out at angles a little bit, but again, you're going to do what's ever comfortable for you. The heels aren't necessarily touching. There's a little space in between, but what we're going to do is bend both knees, so we're rooting down, and then we'll inhale, circle, sweep arms up, rise up, and then exhale, bend those knees. Now this time, we're going to bring the weight over into one side, and then come up on the tippy toe of the other leg. So inhaling up, you're rooted though. And exhale. Step your foot out. Now you're rooting down in the other leg. Bring that foot in. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up on that tippy toe or foot off the ground. And then exhale. And then step the foot out. Bring the other foot in. Again, your knees bent, rooted up on that tippy toe, inhaling up. So you're not raising up. Exhale, float it down. Step that leg out. Once you get here about hip level, shift your weight and bring it in. You're rooting down into the other foot. Again, up on that tippy toe of the other foot. Inhaling up. Exhaling. When you get to about hip level, step that foot out. Shift over, knees are bent. One more time, each side. Up on that ball of the foot, inhaling up, up, up. Exhale, float it down, about to hip level. Then you start to move that leg out to the side, shift your weight. Very good. Root down on that outside leg, toe, up on that toe. Last time, breathe in. And then stay here, exhale. From here, bring the feet apart, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And bring down the energy from the heavens back down to your dantian. Feet a little wide. From here, we're knocking on the door of life. I like to lift my heels when I do this, but that's an option. So from here, let me think here. It's the kidneys, it's the liver, and then we move it a little upward. We get the spleen, the gallbladder, maybe a little burping. Then we get the lungs a little bit higher. And then bring it back down. And a little bit more down. And then we go slower, slower, and slower. Let's bring the feet in and shake. The shaking gong. So when you shake a little faster, the higher frequency of your shaking is healthier for your cells. So if you can shake a little faster, please do so. To really feel those feet into the floor. Let those shoulders and arms just be relaxed as you kind of shake them, yeah? Now, if you can, bring it up and then turn it side to side. Your breath kind of shakes out when you open up your mouth. Now, bring it to wrist up. Flap those wrists. Very good. From here, keep the shaking, shake it faster, faster, faster. And then from here, slower, slower, and slower. So just kind of feel that buzzing happening in your body, that little sensation. Now, if it's available, maybe you can gaze down at the floor. Maybe you can close your eyes. Maybe you keep your eyes open. But notice what you feel here. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowing down the heart rate with that slow breathing in, slow breathing out. Very good. From here, let's come up and take a water break. I'm also going to put a pause on the video, see if there's any questions. So again, let me put a pause on that video. Recording in progress. Okay, so now we just took a little water break. We're going to go into cloud hands. So let me, again, move this chair out of the way, come to the back of the room. All right, so from here, as I mentioned off camera, what we'll be doing is the feet a little bit wider. And again, if you need to take breaks or want to take breaks, that's perfectly fine. So again, my toes are pointing outwards. So basically, we're going to shift weight from one bent knee over to the other bent knee. So you might feel your legs being a little sore after today. Just know that that's probably because of cloud hands and some of the things we do in Yang style 12. So, just kind of get used to this shifting side to side here. Very good. So again, this is another opportunity to notice shifting of the weight from one place of the body over to the other. Very good. Let's come back to heart center. So the way we do cloud hands is we have a hand here at our heart, and it's about, I don't know, about 2 fist distances away from my chest. And again, I've got my toes pointed out towards the corners of the room and got a soft bend in the knee. The other hand is out to the side. So I have a soft flex of that wrist. So what I'm going to do is shift over to one side and then bring that hand down, the other hand up, and bring it across. So I'm turning from the dantian. And then once I get over to the other side, that knee is bent. Most of the weight is on that other side. I bring that hand up, the other one down, and bring it across. Shift the hands, bring it across. Shift the hands, Bring it across, shifting weight from one bent knee to the other. And it may take a little bit to kind of like figure out how to do this, yeah? So breathing in. Once you get to the other side, switch hands, breathe out. Breathing in. Switching hands, breathing out. Again, breathing in. Slowly breathing out. Once again, breathing in. So this is movement and meditation. And breathing out. Maybe go a little faster. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time each side. Here we go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Step a foot in. Step the other foot in. Let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then bring down the chi. Next is mother forms. So have the toes pointing towards the front of the room. A little bit, that in line with your hip bones, feet aligned with your hip bones. So that's probably maybe aligned with your shoulders also. And we'll practice our mother forms. So from here, the mother forms are center and sink, upward, downward, inward, outward, and Tai Chi ball. So from here, we're going to bend our knees first, and then inhale, rise. First, let's do center and sink. So bend the knees, exhaling. Then we bring the arms halfway up, draw them towards you, exhale, lower. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise, draw towards you, exhale, lower. I have one hand that goes higher than the other. It's just what it is. Inhale up, draw it towards you, exhale, lower. So it's like you're floating in water. So here we go. Float up and towards you. And then again. And we're going to do upward, downward. So it goes up towards the shoulder height. Here we go. Up to the shoulders, draw it towards you, and bring it down. Bend those knees. Very good. And again, inhale, up, 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 up. Draw it towards you, elbows out. Exhale, float it down. Lovely. Again, bring it up, upward, towards you, and downwards. So let's do a couple more times. Breathe in and out. Again, last time. And down. Now from here, gather your ball and raise up. Breathe in to about eyes. Draw it out. Float the hands out. Exhale, float down. Bend those knees. And again, gather your ball. Bring it inward. Bring it outward. Float it down. Again, breathe in. Draw out. Start bending those knees, lowering. And again, once again, breathe in. Draw it out. Float it down. Let's do that one more time. Here we go. Here we go. Breathe in. Draw it out. Float it down. From here, bring your hands onto your chest. The legs are straight. And basically from here, bring your arms out in front of you. So it's basically here at your chest, out in front. So that's forming your Tai Chi ball out in front of you. From here, bend the knees, arms out, and then inhale, gather them back in. Bend those knees, exhale out, inhale back in. Again, exhaling out, inhale back in. Now stay here. A little soft bend in the knees though. Don't lock those knees. See if you can see little lines being drawn in between the fingers. Some people do. Some people do not. You might feel a little energy going across in that circle that you're making with your hands. Elbows lower than your hands, relax, so shoulders soft bend in the knees. Feel your feet into the floor. From here, let's just imagine healing light entering through the crown of our head, and it's saturating every cell of our body. Feel that healing energy inside and out, head to toe, in every bone, every muscle and joint, every blood vessel, nerve, lymphatic layer, every layer of the skin. As we breathe in, we're getting brighter and brighter as it works. So we're breathing in the light, breathe in that healing, feel it everywhere you need it. Imagine your body fully healed and whole again and new again. Breathe in that feeling. Now let's bring the arms out to the side and point the fingers towards the earth. Just imagine all the toxins flowing through the arms, out the tips of the fingers. Feel that physical, maybe an emotional release here. Again, feel what you feel. Notice what you notice or don't notice. And then from here, just shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Side to side. Shake, shake, shake. Very good. Excellent. Let's get a sip of water. Any questions? When I first started taking Tai Chi training for myself, it was like, I had that big old huge thing of water, and Miss Allison, Mr. Allen would say, okay, time to take a break, time to hydrate. And I was like, wow, I need that water. Yeah. So yeah. Hope I don't run out there. Okay, so I'm looking at, but again, over our agenda, no questions. We're just going to keep on keeping on. Today we need to cover ward off, roll back, press and push. But again, if this is your first time to be here, just know that this is a practice. It's not a perfect. You're not going to get it right off the bat. You may and probably will feel frustrated because this is like, wow, so much information. And, this can't be taught in one class. It's, kind of over a period of time. So I too, and I still have frustrations with figuring out, okay, what am I supposed to do here? So just know that's kind of normal. Okay. Ward off. So to do ward off, I got to shift my weight back. Let me think here. You know what? Let me just go through the 12 to where we get to that point because I'm getting a little confused myself. So let me turn around. Sorry about that. And we'll just start the Yang 12. And when we get to that place, I'll show it the back view, and then I'll turn around and show the front view. I think that'd be easier for me to communicate that. So we go into eagle stance. That's form number 1. That's where the toes are out, heels together. But make this as comfortable for you because sometimes our bodies don't want to comply with this type of stance. Let me see if I'm in the mirror there. Okay. So from here, let's kind of shake a little bit and then be nice and settled. We're going to breathe in and then exhale, bend the knees and lower. We're going to do that again. Inhale, raise it up, and then exhale, lower. Now we're going to shift our way over into the left-hand side. We're going to then step our right foot out, empty step, heel ball toe, then shift your way over to that right foot. Take that left foot, turn it in to point forward, shift your way back to the left foot, turn your right foot to point forward, and then come back to the center. This is where we do center and sink. Our knees are bent. Inhale, raise it up about halfway up. Exhale, draw it back, bend the knees lower. Now we're going to do upward, downward. Inhaling up, elbows out, draw it towards you, and lower. So this is moving into preparation stance. So this is preparation stance. Then we're going to shift our way over to that left side, turn that right heel up, right hand goes up, forming your ball, and then shift your weight forward. Very good. Here's your first bow. That left leg, heel ball toe forward. And then from there, we take that Tai Chi ball, turn it as we shift forward, turn our chest also. All right, we're getting ready to go into second bow, but first we got to make our feet parallel. So shift your weight to the right foot, turn your left foot to make it parallel with the right, then shift your weight to the left foot. And then here's our second bow, okay? I'm still got my weight in that back leg. I still got my ball here. I'm gonna turn my foot and lift it forward, heel by toe, and shift my weight. So here's ward off. Shift the weight, hand comes up, protects your chest, other hand comes by your hip. So this is your ward off, if you're looking at this from the front view. The next step is called roll back. So you got to roll your weight back, roll your weight back, roll that hand back. And then next is push, push into the hand. So palm to palm. And then you do fingers up, go back. So we're shifting our weight forward and back. So here's the drill. Push forward, weight in the forward leg, pull back in the back leg. Again, push forward, push back. So you're just shifting your weight from the back foot to the forward foot. Let's do that one more time. Push forward, go back. Then from here is where we transition into the rest of the moves. We lift the heel, turn the foot to where it's going to point straight forward, and we draw in a circle. We raise that circle up, the weight's in that back leg, and we bring the other foot back, toe ball heel, draw it towards you, and lower. Now here's where we do inward to outward. Inward, draw it out, and down. So you probably haven't seen the side view before because I turned around to show you the ward off, roll back, push back and forth, and then that turn. So we're going to go back and do the other side. So we need to practice on the other side. So again, eagle stance, feet out to the side, and kind of shake it off a little bit. And then let's inhale, stay here. Exhale, lower, bend those knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. We're shifting the weight over into that right foot and step out with that left. Heel, ball, toe. Shift the weight. Turn that right foot forward. Very good. Shift the weight back to the right foot. Then turn the left foot and come back to the center. Now it's time for center and sink. Inhale up to the hips. Exhale, lower. Let's go up to the chest now. Inhale for upward, downward. Elbows out. And exhale. From here, shifting the weight over into the right leg, turning that left foot, left hand raises up for the top of the ball, right hand goes underneath, then shift your weight. Here's first bow and arrow. I'm going to take that right foot, step it forward, heel, ball, toe. Now I'm going to shift the weight into the right foot and turn the Tai Chi ball. When I shift my weight back, I'll lift my right heel, turn it to parallel, and then shift my weight from my left leg to my right leg. Here's that second bow right here. So I'm going to step that foot forward, heel, ball, toe, and here comes ward off. Take the bottom hand, bring it in front of your chest, top hand by your hip. Now I'm going to shift my weight to the back leg. So I'm rolling back and then pushing that weight into the hand, palms. Then I do fingers up, pull it back, breathe in, exhale, push forward. Here we go. Inhale back to your chest, lift your heel, and then start turning on that left foot, empty of weight. So the key is getting that foot to where it's pointing straight forward. My hands are going across my body. My weight's in the front leg. I'm shifting my weight to the back leg. Keep drawing that circle. Once it gets here about shoulder height, I take my front toe, toe ball heel, come back to the center, draw it in and down. Now my feet are a little wide here, but we're going to do inward and outward. Breathe in, bring the hands out. Now shifting my weight over to my left leg, turn that right foot, step it in, and then the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring it down. Okay, now I'm sure, are there any questions here? Let's pause for a few questions here. Let me unmute y'all, if I can find my cursor. I'd be dangerous. Where'd it go? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay. So any questions here? Keep going on.
I used to do this at work with one of my, he was a Chinese scientist.
Oh, cool.
And so I feel excited because I couldn't continue it otherwise. That's great. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's practice it again. Do y'all think you kind of understand the rollback and the push and the pull and the push and the turning of the foot? The hard part for me was when we were in that second bow and then having to we're in that second bow. So me okay. Let's go back a little bit. In that second bow, and then we're pulling back, and then I'm having to lift the foot and turn it, but all that weight is in that other leg, right? And then did that foot ever get pointing straight forward? It almost always did. And then completing that circle, shifting the weight to the back foot. And once that weight is in that back foot, it's about 70-30, yeah? And it's coming up, then I do step it back, toe, ball, heel, draw it towards me and down. So that for me was like the difficult part. But the pushing forward and the back was difficult for me too, because it was like, where's my weight? Am I doing it's kind of weird, I think. So it takes a little getting used to. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to go through the Yang 12 again. So yeah, everything is good. Just need to practice. You have practice. Yeah, it's a practice thing. So let me mute you all again, and we'll do that again. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting a little sweaty. What else is new? You know what we're going to do? We're going to do 12 on one side. Continue. Woo! 12 on the other side. Here we go. So this is where you'll want to kind of like look on it on the video. I'll put those timestamps. So here's the timestamp for doing the Yang 12 short form, where you follow me, my back is turned to you, and I'll do the verbal cueing. So again, we're starting in eagle stance, pose number 1. So breathe in, and as you exhale, bend the knees, lower yourself, and then inhale, raise it up. We're moving into preparation stance. Exhale, lower, shift your weight into that left foot, take the right foot out, heel, ball, toe. Now shift your weight, and we're going to turn the foot in, shift your weight back to the left side, turn the foot in on that right, come back to the center. Center and sink is next. So inhale, raise it up to hip level. Exhale, lower. Again, float in water. Here we go. Upward, downward. Inhale, up, 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 up. And exhale. Now I'm shifting my weight over to the left side, turning my right foot. Right hand comes on top of the ball, left hand underneath. Then I'm shifting my weight over to the Tai Chi ball side. Here's my first bow and arrow. My weight's in that right leg. Step forward with that left foot. Heel, ball, toe. Make sure it's pretty wide in between. And then I'm going to turn the Tai Chi ball. So I'm shifting forward, turning the Tai Chi ball, and turning my waist also forward. And then I'm going to shift to the right leg, lift that left foot, pivot it to where it's parallel to the right. Then shift my weight into the left leg. From here, I kind of turn the foot a little bit, heel, ball, toe, and then do ward off. So basically it's split the ball. So you hand up, protect your chest, hand by your hip, ward off, split the ball, same kind of thing. Then you shift back, roll back, and then push palm to palm. Very good. And it's just a little subtle going back to that back leg, that way, and then pushing forward. Here's the weird foot turn. Shift back, lift the heel, turn the lifted heel foot, and I got to get it there. This is carpet. And then kind of make that circle with the hands, weight in that right leg, step that left foot back, toe, ball, heel, draw it in, and lower. Now we're going to do inward, outward. Inward, raise it up. Exhale, outward. I'm shifting my right to that right side, turning that left foot, stepping it in. We're starting on the other side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Let's do that again. Inhale, rising, raising. Exhale, lower. Into that right foot, shift that left foot out, heel, ball, toe, shift the weight, turn the foot, turn the other foot in. The knees are both bent. Come back to the center. Center and sink. Inhale up. Bring it towards you. Exhale. Let's do upward, downward. Inhale up to the shoulders, elbows out, exhale, lower. Now I'm shifting my weight into that right foot, turning that left foot, left hand on top, right hand underneath to make that Tai Chi ball. Shift my weight forward. First bow and arrow. Weight is in that left leg. I'm going to take my foot, heel ball, toe forward, and then turn the ball, shift the weight to the front arm, turn my waist also. Now I'm shifting my weight to the left leg, lifting that right toe, pivoting it to be parallel. Shift my right weight to my right leg, and then I got a bow and arrow on the other side. So lift that foot, heel ball, toe, and then split the ball, hand in front, hand by the hip. That's ward off. Inhale, back behind you. Exhale, press into that hand. Hand weights in that front leg. Inhale, shift your weight back. Exhale, push forward. So here comes the weird turny foot thing. Inhale to that back leg, lift that heel, turn that foot. Might be easier one side versus the other. You're making a circle with the hands. You're in the weight in the back leg mostly. And once it gets here about chest level, toe ball heel, and low, draw it towards you and lower. We're going to do inward, outward. Here we go. Inward and outward. Now from here, I'm shifting my weight to that left side, turning that right foot out, step it in the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. Very good. Let's do that right fist. That's the sun. That left palm, that's the moon. And bow down. All right, so I'm going to come up to the room and answer any questions. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you all for joining us for session 4. There'll be timestamps in the video, so look for those if you want to specifically just practice the Yang 12. There's also that little drill that we did where we did press and pull. We're shifting weight forward and back, which was part of our movements that we learned today. Press and pull is movement number 9 and 10 out of the 12. So we're going to finish it all up, learning, going over the details again. Next week, we'll cover any questions you have, any kind of things that you need a little bit more work on. We'll always do the warm-up and all that. So that concludes our practice today of Yang style short form 12 postures out of the 108. So it's tipping your toe and Tai Chi. Thank y'all so much.